Good morning. I want to call the Management and Internal Services Committee to order on this Tuesday, August the 8th, 8:30 a.m. Please pray with me. Gracious Father, once again, we come before you with issues that face the county. I pray that you'd give us wisdom to make the right decisions, discernment to know which way to go. Father, I pray that you would continue to bless Columbia County. I ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Please join me for the pledge. We have a full quorum. Gentlemen, you have the minutes from the July 11th meeting in your folder. I'll accept a motion to approve unless you have changes.
So moved. Second.
Scott, any changes in the agenda? Are we good to go?
Not to my knowledge, Mr. Chairman. I believe we're good.
Straight to new business. Elected officials. Is Bridges here?
I don't see, well, here he comes now.
Here he comes.
So we'll give him a minute to come in if he
All right,
wants
y'all
to.
work with me on this.
He wants to address that.
And oh Lord, we pray for Wayne Bridges. No, wait.
You're up.
You're up,
You're up, big man.
Mr. Bridges. Yes, sir, if you want to come up and explain
Anything-
this.
Write-offs that would come up, total of $3,293, which is, doesn't even hardly come up to a percentage total digest, but most of this, about 90% of it is personal property taxes on businesses that have gone out of business, abandoned, nothing to get. So, about it. Any questions?
For consent. Second.
So moved. Thank you.
That good enough?
Y'all have a great day.
All right, now we're going to continue to pray for the tax commissioner. Scott?
Next item we have is just the request to combine all of our December committee meetings, to hold those on December the 12th, beginning at 8:30 a.m., and then we'll run all the committee meetings at that time in light of the Christmas holidays.
Move to consent. Second.
So moved.
Next item we have is our safety incentive discount. I'm going to ask Ms. Lowry, our human resources manager, to come up and present this item.
Morning, Marcia.
I'd like to present this morning our 2018 ACCG GSIWCF Safety Incentive Discount. Each year, we receive a discount through ACCG for those times when we comply and meet our Safety Incentive Discount Program criteria. This makes us eligible to receive a safety discount for workers' compensation, and this will be for the 2018 ACCG Annual Insurance Premium. Columbia County has been participating in the program since 1999, and we're very proud of the fact that we have received over $570,241 in premium dividends. This is an average of $33,544 per year. Human Resources has, through management oversight and in cooperation with our risk management program, we have been able to achieve these savings and fulfilled our 2018 eligibility requirements for the We would like to recommend approval for the chairman to sign the ACCG verification form for Columbia County in order for us to receive the 2018 safety discount incentive.
Move to consent. Second.
Is this a captive or is it just an insurance fund that we're in?
Is this pardon me?
Is it a captive? The type of fund we're in? Or just you're a captive, everybody owns a little piece of it and you get money back?
We all end up getting a dividend back from the program throughout, for all of the counties that participate under ACCG's program.
So
It's a
if a certain county has a large loss, does that affect us, I guess? Or?
It
Good.
could, but when you look at our program overall, matter of fact, we just got our renewal back from this past year, and we actually had a much better year. We were down over $250,000. That helps reduce our modification factor, so we get that ourselves. They don't have to share it with anyone else. But this is our actual premium discount for Columbia County from this dividend.
I think our premiums are based on our claims, but our incentives or rewards are based on the total pool, I believe. Is that right, Darlene?
Or the captive is like, everybody owns a little piece of it. I was just wondering. So it's just, this is just an insurance rebate type fee. It's not, never mind.
Yeah.
We're delighted to get the refund back, though.
Absolutely, take all we can
Absolutely.
get. Thank you. So moved. Thank you. Glenn?
Sir, the next item is a service agreement with the CSRA Alliance for Fort Gordon in the amount of $25,000. Staff recommends approval.
This was a budgeted item.
Move for consent with a comment. We need to get the name corrected. I
We
think
do.
this is the
It's the form, it's,
Fort Gordon Cyber District or whatever.
right, we'll get the updated name.
Okay.
So moved. Ms. Reese, Internal Services?
Yes, thank you. We are now in a new budget year, so we will be bringing forward in the next few months several capital items that have been budgeted that we are trying to procure. The first one I have for you is a fiber splicing trailer that was bid. We did receive 5 bids for this piece of equipment. The budget for this purchase is $30,000, and the lowest bidder that met specifications is Mobile Tech Trailers at a cost of $23,995. The staff recommends awarding the bid to this company for that dollar amount.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved.
The next item is similar to what Ms. Lowry presented through Workers' Comp. This is the safety discount program through the ACCG IRMA program, which is our general liability, property liability program. Again, we have met all of the qualifications for this discount. This one is capped. It's a premium discount of 5% to a maximum of $20,000. And I believe, Darlene, we are getting the max. Is that correct? Yes, we have met all of the qualifications to receive the maximum of $20,000. And again, we just need approval of this program and authorization for the chairman to sign the verification form.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved.
The next item I have is rejection of an RFP that we had submitted for an employee on-site health clinic. We were seeking responses from qualified vendors to see about possibly operating an on-site clinic for our employees that are covered under our health insurance. We did receive proposals from 5 firms that you see listed there. After staff evaluated the proposals and we reviewed our current contract with MedNow Urgent Care, we are recommending rejecting this RFP and amending the current MedNow Urgent Care contract to include an on-site healthcare clinic. Today's recommendation is just to reject this RFP. I believe any amendments, Scott, would come back forward to the commission at a later date.
Yeah, we'd bring the amendment back.
Okay. So this is just to formally reject this RFP so that we can move forward with the amendment.
Move for consent.
Second.
So moved.
The next item is the purchase of county vehicles for the sheriff's office. We received several quotes for 2 Chevrolet Impalas and 20 Dodge Chargers. We are trying to get into the production cycle. Production hasn't begun yet, and we're trying to get first in line, I guess, so that we don't have a delay on these vehicles. So we're recommending using the state of Georgia contract. We did receive several other quotes to make sure the contract price was a good price, and it is under budget. The Chevrolet Impalas, the budget was $50,000. The state contract pricing is $43,154, and then the 20 Dodge Chargers, that budget was $572,000. It came in at $477,135. So we did have a total savings of $101,711 under budget. So staff recommends approval of purchasing these under state contract.
Move to consent with a question.
Second.
On one of these, the second one said something about warranty. How do we handle warranty? Because we do all our own service work, so are we?
I can answer
Okay.
part of that. So certain warranty work will go back to the dealership, but we also, we qualify to get money back from, like, for example, from Dodge. Because we have certified technicians in our shop, so we can actually get some of that money back in if we do warranty work for them, or we take it to the dealership.
One more question. Are we adding to our fleet on this? Are we
I believe,
surplusing some of the
I
vehicles?
believe these are all replacements.
They're all replacements
These are all
that were in the
replacements.
budget.
Maybe we'll surplus sell the rest.
Yes.
Thank you.
So moved.
The next item I have is a reclassification request within the Internal Services Division. We currently have a vacancy within the Finance Department of a Specialist 4. After reviewing this position, we have decided, because we have been able to reallocate some duties, that our real need is with an administrative or accounting coordinator, which is a lower level job. So we would like to reclassify that Specialist 4, which is a grade 21, to an administrative coordinator, grade 19, which would be a savings of $16,764.80 before benefits, that's salary alone. I would like to take a small portion of those savings and reclassify Contract Analyst 5, pay grade 23, to a Supervisor 8, pay grade 24 within the Procurement Department. We don't currently have a supervisor over our contract process, and as y'all know, that is greatly expanding. We have a new program. We really need some good oversight over that program. That would require $3,224 of salaries. Total savings then would be $13,540.80.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. No legal matters. Staff reports. Scott?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item we have for you today is the personnel savings. Again, you kind of, as Ms. Reese just described, this is one way of doing that by realigning positions and saving that money, and that's forever savings. And then also from our vacancies, you'll see that general fund savings are already $65,000 from the BOC side, and $10,000, a little over $10,000 for a total savings of $75,449. Our budget goal is $350,000, and we expect to exceed it.
Fantastic. Ms. Reese?
First item I have for review is the year-to-date budget report. This is for the first month of the new year. We should be operating around 8%. As usual, I have listed several of our major funds for your review. Nothing unusual to report at this time.
Gentlemen, questions?
The next item is the sales tax report. This is through the month of May. We received just over $1.7 million. Collections for the last 12 months have been at an annualized percentage increase of 2.57%. This is an increase of 1.25% from last month and an increase of 7.86% from the same month last year. And as you know, our program, I believe, was planned around 1.5 million.
Tier 1 was 1.5,
So
completely
we're
through
doing
Tier 2 is 1.75. So we're on pace to complete all of our Tier 2 projects.
Fantastic.
And the final report is just the investment report for your information.
Any commissioners or public comments? No executive session. Why we continue this meeting?
Move we adjourn.
Done.
Not in here.
I'd like to call to order the Development Engineering Service Committee meeting for August the 8th. Having the invocation and the pledge. Have a full quorum. Motion for the approval for the previous meeting.
Approve the minutes from July 11th.
Second.
Mr. Johnson, changes to the agenda?
Not to my knowledge, Mr. Chairman.
Right on down into new business.
So the first one we have for you is a deduct change order number 1 for SD Clifton for the Harlem Library. We did finish that project. We did come in $31,121.24 under our allowances in that contract, and staff has recommended approval of this change order for that amount.
Move. Second.
All right, so moved.
Next one I have for you is a reappointment of Rick Evans and the appointment of Kerry Bridges to the Development Authority Board. Chairman Cross would like to reappoint Rick Evans, term ending 12/31/19, and to appoint Kerry Bridges to fill the unexpired term of Eric McIntyre, term ending 12/31/18.
Move to consent.
So moved. Council?
Item I2B1 is for a public hearing to consider the abandonment of a portion of Rose Court in accordance with Commission Resolution 16-1256. The public meeting was advertised in the Columbia News Times. Letters were mailed to all affected property owners. I will now open the public hearing to receive any comments.
Anybody like to speak on this matter?
Price on the property.
I think the way the process works is that landowners who have land that touch that property have that right to participate. Is that correct?
Correct. Are you the one that requested the abandonment, Mark?
We can work through that process.
So the process says he'll be notified.
That's correct. All the adjoining landowners will be notified, and if there's only interest from one, then we will do the fair market value to that one landowner. If not, we'll have to have a bidding process, but you'll be notified is when we abandon it. If they choose to abandon it, you'll be notified when we get ready to dispose of it.
Thanks, Mr. Price.
Anybody else? Close the public hearing.
Okay, item I2B2 is for the adoption of Resolution 17-035 for the abandonment of a portion of Rose Court. Staff recommends approval.
Move for consent.
Second.
So moved.
Item I2B3 is to accept deeded improvements for Davenport Section 2A of the Crawford Creek subdivision upon satisfactory completion of the punch list. Staff's approval of the final plat, as-built, and warranty deed with a 1-year warranty period beginning the day the deed is recorded. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second. So moved.
Item I2B4 is to accept deeded improvements for River Island Section 2, Phase 2A subdivision upon satisfactory completion of the punch list. Staff's approval of the final plat, as-built, warranty deed, 1-year warranty period beginning the date recorded. Staff recommends approval.
Move for consent.
Second.
So moved.
Item I2B5 is a proposal from Georgia Power to upgrade the county's existing street light systems to LEDs. No upfront capital cost will be required. However, total monthly maintenance fee will increase by approximately $2,028.72, or approximately 28 cents per fixture. Will provide for a more reliable, energy-efficient system, however. Staff recommends approval.
So that's the benefit to the county, more reliable and energy efficient for them, but more reliable for us.
Right, long-term cost.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved.
Item I2B6 is to enter into a professional service agreement with Cranston Engineering Group in the amount of $6,900 to provide inspection, analysis, and identify deficiencies for the Waterbrook Dam Over the years, downstream residents have expressed concern about the dam, and staff feels that an investigation by a third party is warranted. Staff recommends approval.
Move for consent.
Second.
If there's some issues over there, will the property owners be responsible for that? Or is that a county liability that we have to address?
Yeah, right now, we're trying to quantify what, if any issues that residents have expressed concerns. So right now, we're going to just go forward with an investigation, and based on the findings, we'll decide what our action moving forward will be.
So move. Next item?
All right. Item we have for the alcohol beverage license, Augusta Resource Center on Aging Incorporated, doing business as Brandon Wild. Brandon Wild applied for an alcohol beverage license for an on-premise retail consumption dealer for beer, wine, and distilled spirits at 4275 Owens Road. The applicant, Benjamin Gass, and Andrea Woodard, the operating manager, provided all the required information and posted a notice on the property as of July 21st of 2017. This is an existing license at the location. This is a change in applicant, operating manager, and the type of alcohol served. Staff.
What does that mean?
Pardon me?
Type of alcohol. What does that
Practically mean, we're going from beer and wine to liquor?
Correct.
Correct.
The staff recommends approval of the license at the September the 6th, 2017 Board of Commission meeting.
Move to consent.
So move. Plan and services?
This first item I have for you is ordinance 17-10, amendment to section 34-32 nuisances. The proposed amendment would add trees, swales, berms, driveway culverts, ponds, and pond dams to the list of declared nuisances. Currently, they're not. We've had some issues. Steve, Engineering Services in particular, has had issues in the past enforcing ordinances on those facilities. So adding these to that list would clean that up.
Would be a debate item if
Yeah.
so inclined. I'm sorry. Yeah, debate item, yes.
Second with a question. So this is, we have issues that we're not able to enforce. You're trying to tighten the standards, you're trying to put more teeth. I mean, where'd this come from?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, because, our nuisance ordinance, and Dana's here to speak on it if she wants to, but seems to be very centric on noise violations, but we've got stuff where people have encroached on our easements for drainage, and we just, even though they're identified later in the ordinance as nuisances, they're not really tied into this ordinance to specifically say these are nuisances, so it's almost some confusion. But this will allow code enforcement and give us a little bit more teeth in enforcing things when they encroach on what our county operation is, and as well as what's happening to our citizens.
This should clear up the confusion that you're talking about. So move. Right.
This next item I have for you is ordinance 17-11. It would amend section 54-9, temporary use permit. Some time ago, our planning commission asked that we consider permitting office trailers or real estate trailers administratively rather than through the planning commission. They were approving those every time without any consideration. So rather than have that go through the lengthy process, they wanted us to approve that administratively. So this would do that. Currently, again, it does have to go through the planning commission. And it also clarifies the actual time frame for that temporary use permit to be issued.
Is this a fee item?
No, there's no fee for temporary use permit. Right.
Move to consent or debate?
Right.
Debate.
Brain had a brain squeak every second.
So move. Legal matters? Driver, anything? Down to staff reports.
All right, the first report we have is the July 2016-2017 Development Services Report, and a copy of that report's been attached for your information only. Have any questions, I'll be glad to those. All right, the second report is the financial report for July 17, and attaches a copy of that report. Like I said, for your information on it. Chris, any questions concerning that one?
No questions?
All right, the final report we have is the July 2017 temporary alcohol beverage permits. Attaches a copy of that report for your information.
Two reports I have for you are the plan review workload measurement report. Our average review time is 9 days. And then the planning workload measurement report is for your information. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, hearing none. Go to the workload.
Oh, that was both. I covered both of them. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Any commissioner or public comments? Executive session items, so can I get a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
So moved, 8:56.